are you today? Welcome back to my channel, Eagle Nation Wildlife Bird or Mata Elang channel.
Mata elang.
Mata Elang.
Iya, mata elang.
Okay, Mata Elang. That's right. Do you still remember about the incident at this eagle's nest 10 months ago? In February 2023, Harriet the mother eagle left the nest and never returned. This incident went viral and many local media reported it on their TV stations.
Their breaking news, we're following a beloved Southwest Florida eagle missing more than 24 hours. A live look at the eagle nest in North Fort Myers shows M15 standing lookout and the two eaglets sleeping in the nest.
Just live, Jolena, is there any activity there right now?
Well, we just got here about an hour ago, and the last few photographers here did speak with me. They just left, but here's a live look at the nest now.
And Mama Eagle Harriet is missing. And as each day passes, concern for Harriet is growing.
Yeah, and as Fox 35's Kimberly Cuisan reports, people watching from around the world are keeping a very close eye on her nest, hoping for the best.
You're joining us live now, and Ryan, the group says that people are doing more harm than good despite well intentions here.
Yeah, it's exactly right. So there have been reports of residents placing things like meat, other food near the eagle's nest. Of course, the goal is that it makes it easier for M15 right here to feed his two young eaglets.
Well, now I'll tell you what the chronology is. Let's get started. On November 29, 2022, Harriet the mother eagle laid her first egg. Then later on December 2, 2022, Harriet laid her second egg. Now beautiful Harriet has two eggs in the nest. Seeing eagle eggs in the wild, of course, it was the best view for me. Generally, bald eagles will lay 1 to 4 eggs per season. But for 4 eggs, it's very rare. In 2022, a family of eagles from the PA farm country bald eagle nest hatched 4 eggs. This is remarkable and rare for a species of large eagle. "35 days later, on January 4, 2023, Harriet's first egg hatched. The next day, the eggs hatched completely and cute babies began to appear in Harriet's nest. This is the 21st eaglet of Harriet, and we'll call it E21. E21 means the 21st eagle. Alright, welcome to the wild for the cute baby. Are you hungry, kid? Your mom won't feed you until your throat is strong enough to swallow. Let's wait for a few hours later. Okay, it's time to try to swallow the food. Today, the eaglet began to get food intake from Harriet. Let's look closely. This baby bird is very similar to its mother. It looks like a female. So what do you think? It seems that it was very delicious. Harriet is a very experienced mother. She cuts food little by little before the baby is strong enough to swallow larger pieces. So let's talk a little bit about Harriet's history. Harriet occupied this nest for more than 16 years. Where the tree where Harriet and her mate nested was previously killed by someone using a machete or axe to remove the pine bark. This nest is located in the United States, precisely in southwest Florida. This is where the nest is located. The nest is right next to the church with a small lake behind it. Florida is home to the densest concentration of birds in the U.S. There are at least 1,500 bald eagle nests in the state, including Southwest Florida Eagle Cam's own Harriet's nest. The live webcam was set up by the landowner's company, Dick Pritchett Real Estate, to observe the eagles in their natural habitat in hopes of providing an educational and learning experience. Of course, this is a noble activity of the landowner. For the past 11 years, Harriet the eagle has stolen the hearts and attention of those who have observed her. Her sudden disappearance in February became even more heartbreaking. Harriet has a strong life partner and we call him M15. M15 means male 15, and 15 means the year 2015, which is the beginning of M15's meeting with Harriet. Before the presence of M15 in her last journey of life, Harriet had a partner by the name of Ozzy. Harriet and Ozzy have been coming to this nest since 2006. Ozzy and Harriet have used the current nest every October through May since the 2006 to 2007 season. In 2015, Harriet's partner Ozzy was found injured and unable to fly near the railroad tracks in Fort Myers. And then Ozzy was taken to the Wildlife Rehabilitation Clinic in Sanibel. X-rays showed a broken left clavicle and broken left coracoid bone, which is very important for flight. According to eyewitness reports quoted in the old news press, the male Ozzy was injured in a fight with another male. and the opposing male eagle, believed to be M15, who is currently Harriet's eventual mate. While Ozzy was under medical care, Harriet became closer to M15 and then causing quite the scandal by mating. In the following season, Ozzy was again involved in a fight with M15. At that time, Ozzy was looking for his nest to meet up with Harriet. But this time the fight was fatal. Ozzy suffered serious injuries and finally died on September 29th. From then on, Harriet began to live her life with her new mate, M15. Maybe that's a little historical story about Harriet that I took from several sources. Two days after the first egg hatched, the second egg is now starting to show progress. In the next few minutes, E21 will have a sibling but also a rival in Harriet's nest. The next day, Harriet's second egg successfully hatched, so this season Harriet had 2 eaglets in her nest. Harriet looks happy with the presence of her 2 cute babies. She also seems to be showing the world that the next generation of eagles has been born. E22's neck bone is still weak enough to support his head. It takes a few hours for his head to be upright and ready to grab food from his mother's beak. Two days later, both eaglets have skillfully grabbed the food from Harriet's beak and swallowed it perfectly. Then they will have an intensive feeding schedule. Are you hungry, kids? Okay, wait a minute, your mom will feed you soon. Here it appears that E21 does not like its rival being in the front row. E21 looks like he wants to peck his rival on the head. This is normal behavior for bald eagle cubs, where the eldest always wants more attention from his mother. Maybe Harriet has been watching it for more than 20 years. According to the National Wildlife Federation, eagles can live in the wild between 20 to 30 years. In 11 years, Harriet is estimated to have hatched more than 19 eaglets into the wild, and they are now fully fledged adults. Since she was first discovered in the 90s, eagle experts theorized Harriet aged to be anywhere from 25 to 30 years. Until the meal is finished, E22 often does not get a turn because the competition with his sibling is so tight. One week passed, the scene still looked the same. E21 got more food. But E22 was always intimidated by her sibling. E21 can fall into a deep sleep after being well fed with a full crop. But E22, he couldn't sleep at all because he was still hungry. Let's see the crop that is still empty. It seems E22 is looking for Harriet, because this is the right moment to eat, while his sister was sleeping soundly. But everyone knows, if someone gets hungry, they will have more sensitive and temperamental feelings. He attacked his sibling who was enjoying his relaxing time. But it was a bad choice because he was going to counterattack. Then finally he will get a more painful situation. However, in bird of prey species, the eldest chick is always the strongest. The eaglets are now 15 and 17 days old. It was still early in the morning. The eaglets still looked cold, lazy, and sleepy. Harriet had just arrived. As usual every morning, Harriet left the nest for a while and immediately returned. But the stick that Harriet was carrying hit E21's head and dragged him. This of course made E21 angry with her mother by pecking her left wing. Let's look at it one more time. Ouch! Be careful, ma'am. It could make your chick hurt. Okay, that's fine. Now we wait for the father to arrive with fish for breakfast. Oops. Sorry. This is not food, kid, but it's bark, so don't eat it. Your father will come home with food, so be patient. While waiting for his father M15, Harriet is seen joking with her eldest chick E21. Bark and dry grass are given to E21's beak as if she is feeding her young. But sometimes dried fishtail pieces are also found.